From the Metal Gear Solid remake to Spider-Man 2, we're going to talk about Sony Showcase last week. And then afterwards, we're going to touch on Diablo 4 and just see how we feel as that is the next big upcoming game. This episode on GAMERViCE, I'm Kevin alongside the other two amigos, Hank and Logan. And Sony Playstation Showcase last week. It had over 30 games that they showed. I was pretty hyped about it, actually. I was, for somebody who doesn't have a PS5, surprisingly was looking forward to the stuff that they were going to show. Was there something that you guys really stuck out as far as what they showed, what you liked or what you didn't like?
I think that the Spider-Man trailer looks dope. I mean, that game looks like it's going to be absolutely incredible. Like it's funny because I feel like in a time where all these games are going like real like these action games are turning into just Dark Soul imitators. No matter what it seems like it is, if it's like an action game like that, they're all becoming, Souls like. And I love that like Spider-Man's kind of leaning into, what it was, which is just like fast paced, bouncing around from person to person, almost like Batman Arkham Asylum was when that came out. Like the combat looks awesome. Like for some reason, I don't know, like maybe it's just me. I'm curious what you guys would think. Like I, for some reason, wasn't expecting like the symbiote costume. Like I know Venom was going to be in the game, but I wasn't thinking like you'd play as Spider-Man in the symbiote costume. So like I think that's going to be super dope and fun. I mean, that game looks awesome. I'm definitely disappointed that there's no release date still. Like I don't know how that game still doesn't have a release date where we're almost in June and that game is supposed to come out this year. So you got to think, I mean, September, October maybe, but the fact that it doesn't have a release date was a little disappointing. But I thought that game looked super dope. I know that wasn't like some surprise pick, but like I thought it was dope.
I'm gonna lean the other way with this. Surprisingly, I was fairly disappointed with this showcase, but also maybe because I don't know. I keep up to date with the gaming news that is happening. And we've seen a lot of these 30-minute PlayStation showcases. They drop them, I guess, maybe every quarter. And it just feels like, all right, okay. This time, when they announced this one, it felt like it was a bigger hype than the previous ones. So I don't know if my expectations were really high. And it's also why I thought we were going to hear basically from all their, big time first party exclusive developers. And it's like the Spider-Man thing, I loved it. And I was shocked. I was like, yo, that's lit. But like I expected that for that part. And that was only the last 5 minutes. The first 55 minutes were disappointment overall. Now where I was genuinely impressed is the very beginning when they dropped their new studio's brand new IP that is going to release who knows when, but they gave a little teaser trailer to that and I was like, yo, that looks sick. And then I was excited for the rest of the showcase and I was left very not impressed. And again, maybe because it was PlayStation and it was like showcase. I don't know if that's why I instantly associated PlayStation exclusives with it and assumed that it's like showcase and we're going to see all these games that are exclusive to PlayStation when realistically 80% of what they showed is not exclusive to PlayStation. And it wasn't any game that was very impressive, to say the least, based off of announcements. That's where I feel. That's how I feel about that.
Well, if I could just jump in real quick, and then Kevin, I'm with you. I was disappointed too. Kevin just asked what we were excited about, so like that's why I said that I liked what I saw for Spider-Man.
Okay, you know what? He probably said
I was definitely disappointed as well.
Or he said, all right, you know what? He talked about how he was excited about it, and then he probably did lean into why he was excited. But I guess the answer was I'm not that excited then. But okay. I am for Spider-Man.
Okay.
Spider-Man, I'm excited for it. But then to allude or talk about Logan's point again, it was weird how they're like fall 2023 still or coming later 2020. Like, you don't know when still? Like a little shocking.
That's one of those games where I wouldn't be surprised if it gets delayed into early 2024, just by the fact that they, like you said, they don't have a date for it. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 look awesome, and we talked about it a little bit last week. I thought it was cool that they're using two Spider-Mans, and now the storyline is switching back and forth between the Spider-Mans. That's awesome. My most surprising thing that I was excited about, that I didn't realize I was gonna be this excited about until I saw it, was the Metal Gear Solid remake.
Okay.
I've been a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, and that one I think is the only one out of the main Metal Gear Solids that I haven't completed. I don't think I finished Snake Eater, so that's gonna be cool. Fair Games, the new IP from Haven Studio. I think that's what you were touching on. That's awesome because a heist type game. I like Payday. If you guys ever played Payday 2 or 3, that's what it reminded me of. But it also has elements of Watch Dogs, which makes sense because she was an integral part of making the Watch Dog and Assassin's Creed series over at Ubisoft. But to Logan's point, to his name, the game that they should have showed a little bit of. I mean, what are we talking about? How do you show a little teaser? How long has it been since they showed that teaser of Wolverine?
A couple years. It's got to be a couple years.
Yeah, it's got to be at least 2 years, right? At least.
I think so, yeah.
Whoa. Time's flying by like that. I didn't think it was that long. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was like a year, but
well, get your head out of your Sony headset already and just, pay attention.
Hey, I might have a limited edition headset coming, so this might be going in the garbage.
Such a fanboy. Such a fanboy.
It's amazing. I've never seen somebody be such a fanboy and at the same time shit on the company they're a fanboy for.
No, I am no Sony fanboy.
While Hank looks up the year that originally was teased, I would say, like, I'm also excited about. I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, also. Kevin, I didn't know you shared this love of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
But like, ironically though, I never played Metal Gear Solid 5, which everybody says is like the best one. It just came out at a time I was so busy, and I've never gone. Like, I bought it, but I never like opened it and played it, and I never went back to it. Like, maybe during summer when there's no games coming out, maybe I'll just start playing Metal Gear Solid 5. But I was excited for that. I was even excited for the fact that they said they were re-releasing the original trilogy, which I think is supposed to come out this year. Like, I'm 100% gonna play that because like Metal Gear Solid 1, like some of my earliest gaming memories, like I remember watching my brother play that game.
Yeah.
And I remember being like tripped out when it like breaks the fourth wall. You had to like restart your console and stuff. Like, I was like, yo, this is wild. And then Metal Gear Solid 2, like I was like I feel like the first like grown up game I played through by myself when I was younger. Same. And then same with you, like Metal Gear Solid 3, I played a lot of, never finished it, and then I played 4, and then I never played 5. So I'm really excited for that OG trilogy and for the remake.
See, listen, I'm over here making faces and stuff, and not because it's a bad thing, but I get we have our answer to the remake issue.
I was gonna say, are you gonna circle around this issue again, this remake issue?
Because I'm like, well, we talked about it, like, oh, what do we think? But his explanation now just proves why it is a thing. I'm just as clearly as like for some people who really might not think like, why does people care? But people care about it, and people love going back. They like the nostalgia. Like, no, I'm just alluding to the fact that like I get it now. Like, I understand. I got my two buddies here, and they're happy about remakes. Can
we talk about something real quick? For me. A little side note. I feel like it's about time. Hank, why is it every time you have something to say, it always comes in a defensive tone? Like, we didn't attack you about this.
What? I was defensive just now?
Yeah. You sound so defensive. You make it seem like we were like shoving remakes down your throat, and you're like, okay, I get it. Remakes are good. Like,
oh no, that okay, remakes, that's for like the industry. Because I'm saying they're shoving the remake. That wasn't towards you guys. I'm not.
Oh, they're the ones shoving it down your throat.
Yeah. They're the ones shoving us these damn remakes. I want some new stuff. I want new games.
I get it.
To your point. Like, listen, I'm not defensive.
It's an old game. Like, it's an old game being remade. It's not like The
but
Last of Us
yes,
Part
I will
1
give it
being
fair
remade when it hasn't even been 10 years.
because
Yeah.
my one exception back when we talked about it was I can understand if it's a actual old game, and this is past the 20-year mark where it could be where we were either children that we don't remember the game, or for this generations of kids for them to experience. So I'm not gonna be mad about it anymore. Woosah. And back to Wolverine, where it
Yeah.
was in between. I said a year. You guys said two, right? It's
Yeah.
September 2021. That I guess it's closer to you guys. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a year and some
Roughly 2
change.
years. Yeah. That's
Yeah, they've been radio silent. That's kind of crazy.
And they
Thank you.
haven't shown
No, yeah,
anything.
I was gonna say it's not even that. They announced it, aka these did literally zoomed in on this man's back at the bar. That's it. They didn't do anything. We don't know nothing.
I
Crazy.
thought I saw some leaked gameplay, but I don't know how it really was, so I didn't even like take it
Oh,
for anything.
I didn't see any.
Yeah. But
Can we also real quick can we I'm sorry, Kevin, go ahead. You're the host.
no,
I
no,
apologize.
I'm not the host. I'm not the host. We're here having this
This is our
discussion.
show.
Yeah,
Listen,
man.
I'm not here every week, so I'm kind of I feel like I'm throwing a wrench into things.
Don't
But
worry, nobody knows.
what in the world is Ubisoft thinking by like going back to like the old style Assassin's Creed games? Like their like most recent Assassin's Creed games are like the most successful games that company has ever put out. These massive open world action RPGs, like ever since Origins, and then you go to Odyssey, and then you go to Valhalla. Like these games are like huge, sprawling games, and like now apparently like this new Assassin's Creed Mirage is like going back to like what it used to be. But it's like, bro, like the franchise almost like went under based on what it wasn't until they revamped it that it kind of blew back up. Like I don't know why they would go back to like that old school Assassin's Creed type game.
I'm not even gonna lie. Assassin's Creed in general, that whole storyline, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Like, what is the? At first, it was like this. It was like somebody in the present had his memories that was showing him being Assassin's Creed in the past. Is that still a thing? I have no idea.
So
Only Hank knows.
Only Hank
I was gonna
knows.
say, I guess I'm the one who would know the most here, because as far as playing the most Assassin's Creeds. And Logan, words can't describe how happy I am. You just said what you said, because let's rewind here. Like I just said, I've played the Assassin's Creed, so I've played the first I think I've played them all except one. I forget, and it was actually I've played them all, but it got progressively better. And I guess after this last one, Valhalla, really great. Oh wait, which one's the newest? I apologize.
Yeah, Valhalla.
It is Valhalla. Okay, so I did play Valhalla. I just haven't played DLC. I didn't know if they actually dropped one. I was like, oh my god, that's the one I haven't played.
I played all of them. Wait, what's?
No, because I thought one came after Valhalla, and I kind of just been like, okay, no. Valhalla is honestly really good. The story inside of it was good. To Kevin's point, yes, I've kind of lost in the whole story because it is a present day, but they keep switching the present day person, and then they go back into time. You still use the Anubis. I'm trying to forget the name. I don't know what it's called, where you actually go in and go back in time, and then that's when you're in the game. To Logan's point now, back again. I haven't followed Assassin's Creed this time around for the new one. And when I saw the trailer popping up and they were doing the thing, I thought this was an Assassin's Creed remake of the original one. I kid you not. Until I saw Mirage. And then I was like, at the end, I'm like, oh, wait, is that the new one? Because it literally just
seeing you there
looked
like another remake. Ah!
I'm literally looking at it and I'm just like, no, I just was not impressed. Like I had like anything they showed, I'm like, yo, it looks like all the OG shit looks cool. Like I'm like, what am I watching right now? I didn't know like where they were going with it. Like I literally had no idea what I was watching. So as someone who likes the series and how much they kind of went into different things, like well, we already know Black Flag is like top tier, my favorite. one. Then they started to get into the Viking Age. Odyssey was good. Then the way they started to change it, make it RPG like. And Valhalla is really good, like really good for me personally. Like I like the way with trending, change it up. I understand trying to go back, but again, since we don't know game features and mechanics, there needs to be a lot of new layers with that old kind of skin on it, as far as timeline wise, the way it looks. They just somehow try to throw in a bunch of cool combat things that they didn't have in the first couple ones. Because I'm not that interested based off of a trailer. Put it that way. Based off the trailer, I'm not interested. When we see some gameplay, maybe they change my mind. But yeah, Assassin's Creed has been more like Assassin's Creed. It's definitely a little bit of a disappointment.
Oh my God.
It's ass.
I'm just like confused, like from a business standpoint. Like only thing that I can think of is like one of two things. One, they must get so much like feedback, tweets, I don't know, Reddit, something that people are
It must be.
craving like to go back to that style game. Or B, they're like, yo, the next major Assassin's Creed is a long way off. Let's make a smaller game that we can get out there, make sure that we stay in the forefront of people's minds. We don't want them to forget about the franchise, and we'll make some money along the way. But I'm just like, the past couple I have to think that Odyssey was the best selling Assassin's Creed, and then Valhalla became the best selling. Like I gotta think their sales were trending up because those games were so well reviewed and they were dope. From all accounts, like I played a little bit of Odyssey, I thought it was great. You loved Valhalla, and again, I have to think the sales numbers echoed that. So I'm just confused from a standpoint, like if you're them, like why do that unless either A, you're getting overwhelming feedback that people want it, which I can't imagine, or but to be fair maybe, or B, they're just like, we need to make a smaller game to get something out.
Yeah, I think it's more B. I think it's because if I remember correctly, Ubisoft is like making like 2 or 3 Assassin's Creed games at the same time at this point, right? I think I saw an article that said
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have different developments for at least a couple Assassin's Creed games. So that's. But to your point, why would you even revert back if you know most likely your sales were trending upward in these open world type games?
Oh, Assassin's Creed Origins. Only one I don't think I've played. That might be it.
I was really bugging you, huh?
Yeah, I had to look it up, but I'm over here looking. Odyssey 10. It was going up though. Oh, Assassin's Creed though, 12 million copies. Assassin's Creed 3. I'm looking at Ubisoft and Black Flag with 15 million sold copies.
I'm gonna say Odyssey 22, Valhalla 36. That's my guess.
No, Odyssey was 10 million.
Ah.
And
Wasn't even
wow,
close.
Valhalla's not even here, or at least who knows where these people get their numbers from. Ubisoft, what are you doing? We want to see the open world Star Wars that you guys apparently are saying now. Somebody leaked saying that it's coming out in 2024, but we've seen nothing, so I highly doubt that's going to be.
Stop the cap.
Continue. Stop the cap. What was good? Where were you heading there, Kevin?
I was just gonna ask before. I feel like we're wrapping up on the Sony Showcase, but do either one of you have a VR headset? I was actually surprised at how many VR games they showed. I think they showed like at least 3 or 4.
I have an Oculus.
I was going to say.
Do you? Okay.
Lolo
Yeah, I do.
has the Oculus.
I
got-
have an Oculus. It's pretty cool. Like I got it. It was like a Black Friday deal or something, and we got it. And I like it. Like there's some things that are pretty cool in it. Like I just feel like it's not like I feel like VR gaming in general is just not quite there yet. So it's like it's cool, and like I see the potential in it in some of the games that I play, but it's just like it's not there enough that makes me want to keep playing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's so like I did see they were doing a lot of different VR games and stuff like that. Like I don't know, I feel like VR gaming has like I feel like it's one of those things where like the potential's so high, but I don't know that it'll ever actually be realized because it just seems like technically it's like damn near impossible to make a VR game the way we all envision VR gaming could be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we want Ready Player One. That's what we want.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's ever going to be that.
Yeah. No, the only reason why I asked you is because they showed Crossfire, and I figured, Logan, that would be something that you'd really be interested in. But I didn't know if you had a VR headset.
Yeah. It was 6
And
games.
and like
yesterday.
their VR, like I feel like the other thing is like the cost of entry is like so like a VR headset is so expensive. So like I have a PS5, but it's like you got to get this PS5 and then I got to get a VR headset, which is you got to think going to be another couple $100. So it's like you're looking at $800-900
Yeah.
just to get into
That's
VR
true.
gaming.
Speaking of, actually, before we maybe move
I'm
on
leaving.
to Diablo 4.
I'm leaving.
Speaking of
This is
Don't
what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for.
don't say it. Don't even bring it up. We could have went this
extra
this episode.
stuff for PlayStation,
This is why I was on this episode right here.
Oh my God.
they announced, or they teased, I don't even know if they really said much about it, the new Sony handheld.
Why?
Hank, did you see that Sony handheld?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't.
All
see
right,
it.
let me tell you about it. So basically, it looks kind of like a PlayStation 5 PS Shock controller with a
DualSense
7-inch
controller with TV in front of it.
with the phone
With an iPad screen.
smashed in the middle of it.
Oh my God.
They didn't announce a price, but I think they did say that it's coming out the end of this year. So
What they did say is how they're trying to get all these parents that have no idea what the hell they're buying for Christmas is what they're saying. That's what they're doing. Tell me how I'm going to pay. There's no way this is cheaper than $200, right? Right? We can assume that. No way. Now, do I think it's a $75 tool? It's a controller with a screen on it, so give you $100 maybe. How? And why am I buying something that I am streaming from my PlayStation 5 inside my home to play? I don't know, Kevin.
What
I
do
got
you
nothing to
mean?
say about it.
There's a perfect scenario. What are you talking about? Your PlayStation is in your room that you're in right now. You want to go sit next to your lady. She wants to go watch the next, Love Is Blind or Dancing with the
actually
Stars,
works for
whatever the
me.
hell you watch now. And then you just want to sit next to her, but you still kind of want to play a game. That's it.
Oh, so you're trying to tell me all I have to do is take my phone or my iPad and use the PlayStation Remote Play with my DualSense that has Bluetooth?
Maybe you want to be official, like you want to
It's
wear the
that's
Sony
literally what it is.
headset
Hence
with
why
the
I don't
Sony
even know why anyone
handheld.
would do it. Everyone has an iPhone or an iPad, most likely, or an Android. The PlayStation app has
Thank you.
Remote Play. It has Remote Play. Why? And if you have the PS5, that means you have the DualSense. The DualSense has Bluetooth. The phone, the iPad has Bluetooth. What are we selling? What are we selling?
I kind of like it, guys.
I don't know. Moving on to the green guys.
I'm
No, I'm just
totally
kidding.
with you. I'm totally with you. I don't understand it, especially because it's like because you have to do it. Like if it wasn't like you didn't have to do it over Wi-Fi. Like if you could I don't know.
Exactly.
Like if you could download the game or like even if you just made a
Something that
handheld
made
console,
it where
like just
it
make
was
a handheld.
true handheld. Oh,
But-
I don't have to be connected to the internet. Then we're talking about something different here. But that is not the case.
Hold on, plot twist. Here's a question. Did they kind of inadvertently shoot themselves in the foot because with the whole Activision thing, one of the big sticking points was like the kind of monopolizing or like having too much control over cloud gaming, and now they're creating a handheld device which is meant to do cloud gaming. You know, are they somehow kind of like ruining their own argument here?
I think they're about 12 million users behind Game Pass with their PS Plus, something like that.
I don't know. I'm with you though, Hank. I think this is a dumb device. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I'm not gonna buy it. Like I don't. There's zero. Like I literally have zero interest. And hey, I'm gonna look into the camera for this one. If you're someone who wants this, hey, do it. Do your thing, man. I'm not knocking your hustle. Enjoy it, but it's definitely not for me. And I think that there are so many other things PlayStation could be doing rather than this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now you want me to buy a $500 console, a $400 VR headset, and then this $200 handheld that's not really a handheld. It's just like a streaming
That
device.
that $200 is me being generous. Yeah.
And the only report that I've seen is supposedly the battery life of this device is between 2 and 3 hours. I think it was.
Oh my God, yeah, I saw. Yeah, don't even get. Ooh, that's bad. That is so bad. It's not even funny. All right, we're moving on.
That's like one boss fight in Elden Ring.
The date of this recording is, as we're recording this, is Tuesday the 30th. In 2 days, we have the early access to Diablo 4, which seems to be like the only, I mean, I guess, blockbuster titles outside of, in my belief, these guys can add to it this year. What have we had since 2026? Harry Potter and Zelda. This is the next game. And I feel like we're in June. We feel like we've gotten 3 games. What are your thoughts on Diablo 4? What do we think, folks? And the reviews dropped today. So we're going to kind of be talking about that a little bit real quick.
Well, I mean,
Kevin, want to go first?
yeah. So, and we've touched on this before. Diablo, that series is a series that I've played along, since Diablo 1. I think I even played. I've been excited for an MMO. I've been excited for a game that you can get in a group of, RPG style.
ARPG, yep.
Go through a somewhat open world and level up your characters, get new items. That whole element of, keep progressing, keep getting stronger, keep getting new things. There hasn't been a game that I've felt this excited about as an MMO since probably Destiny 2. I think Destiny 2 kind of fits the role of getting in a group, doing something like this where you're progressing, leveling up, getting new items, things of that nature. That's what I'm excited for. And from all things I've read so far, it seems like they're delivering on it pretty well. So I'm there. I'm ready for it.
All right. Logan, thoughts? Diablo heading into the weekend?
I'm excited for Diablo. I'm just excited to play something new. Honestly, like I need something new. I think that game's gonna be really fun. I was a big fan of Diablo 3. That was like the first one I really played. I never really played Diablo before that. I especially like it on console. Like I don't, hey, PC Master Race, don't come crazy at me. I like playing it on the gamepad. I'm looking forward to playing on console. I love that it's crossplay, so I'll still get to play with you guys. Um, I'm probably not as excited about it as you guys are, because like you guys like love Diablo. I just really like Diablo. Like it'll be fun to play together. But I'm definitely like, I see it's getting good reviews. I like that it's like seems like darker and grittier than Diablo 3. Like it's a great game to kind of just sit and chill and just like enjoy, you know what I mean? Just like not mindlessly playing, but like you could kind of just play it and just like relax, and it's just like therapeutic. You know what I mean? That's what I like about Diablo. I just play it and I'm not stressing. I'm just enjoying it, man. So to be able to do that with you guys with a new game, I'm excited.
Yeah. So, me, I think I'm the most excited of the group. I am dying to get this game in my hands. Definitely will be playing early access, or as I like to think of it now, how everyone out there thinks of it. It's not really early access. The game comes out on June 1st. It's the question of, here we'll either ask people to pay $10 more to play it when it actually releases, because here it's releasing, or you don't have $10 more, so you're going to wait 4 days to play it, which is kind of messed up. So just charge what you want for the game then, I guess, at this point. But I guess nobody wants to now be like, officially $80, So that's my opinion on that, Diablo. And yeah, this game has the opportunity to take the gaming community and stick with them until the next possible game that can puncture player count. I don't even know why I use that word. And that's going to be Starfield, which we will soon be able to talk about that after the Xbox showcase. But Starfield, that's expected in September. And then a little later, if the Spider-Man guy wants to come out and play in 2023, that'll be a thing. But
I think
Diablo.
Spider-Man is definitely coming out this year.
Diablo, the floor is yours for June, July, and August. What you gonna do with it? Because Zelda is very secluded into the fact that it's an exclusive and it was only for Nintendo. Harry Potter had the world for about a month, but it's a single player game, something kind of can beat. There's no like end game. Here's a game that takes out you could dive into and mess around with for hundreds of hours. So let's see how it goes for the next couple months here.
I just want to put like a little pin, like a little remind me in 2 months when we circle back to this topic of Diablo 4 and we ask Crunky or Hank rather, how he's doing, and the man hasn't even put like an hour a week into it anymore. I feel like that eventually that's gonna happen. You burn out so fast.
This is
we're
what
all
I will
bad.
say.
We're all bad with it, but
This is what I will say.
Nah, dude, I've been playing Cuphead for 6 years now.
Oh, don't get me started. Valorant hasn't left my hands yet, but
that's why. When last time you played it?
I have gamer ADD. Okay, gamer ADD. I gotta touch every game, but I also blame my friends, these two and a few others, for that happening too. Because I'll get into the game, but it is way more fun when I got my boys play with me, and if they stop playing, then I kind of fizzle out. So don't leave me hanging.
I love how accountable you hold yourself.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I
Lots
mean,
of accountability here.
Talk about a guy that doesn't point the finger, he points the thumb. You know what I mean? He's like, it's on me. Wow. What a role model.
You have it there, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry I've let you down so often, Hank.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you stopped playing games because of me and others.
You guys I get it.
We're sorry.
My peeps just want to leave me.
Kevin, don't forget to apologize to him.
Absolutely not. Listen, I don't tell him to put his credit card information in and buy those games. He does that himself. Listen, I could just say, yo, this game's really good. You want to play it? That's as far as I have to convince him. Yeah. And then that's it.
And then,
so
he pre-orders. Then he pre-orders the deluxe special steel box set special edition for $400.
Oh, that's great. That is great.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what's great?
I have a $400 version of the game because if they did, I will have bought it. Okay. No,
you seen that shit?
Yeah.
Okay, what headset are you getting? Right, real quick. What kind of headset are you getting?
This is what we were talking about. I said I may have a new headset.
Yeah. Limited edition. What is it?
No, don't do this. Look. The episode's supposed to be over here. We done.
Okay.
Diablo 4 Steel Series Arctic 7. Only because what was funny is I said we joked about these headsets, but we just talked about 2 weeks before I even saw those limited edition headsets that were announced 5 days ago. Yeah. So we're talking 2 weeks ago. I was talking about headsets. It was a new company, like the Maxwell Audis or whatever they're called. And then I was between the Arctic 7s. And now they just so happen to drop limited edition Diablo 4 and their Arctic 7s. So I'm between those two headsets for when I even buy my headset. And now it's pre-ordered, but I can only cancel it. I just wanted to guarantee it because it is kind of sold out. So if anybody's willing to pay the big bucks, let me know.
Man, you're a sucker for Diablo gear. Like when Diablo 3 came out, you bought the Ultra Collector's Edition with the thumb drive.
I had the limited edition mouse and the mouse pad, so it is kind of weird. So 10 years later, here we are again. Okay, I did have that limited edition mouse.
Diablo 5 drops with they're gonna have a deal with like Dodge or something, create like a Dodge, like a truck. And you're gonna buy the truck. Anything Diablo, you just buy it.
Yeah. If Diablo 5 is announced, we're gonna need an intervention.
What's funny is I get into that Diablo, but I'm nowhere near as hard. I'm not even that great at the game. I just
facts. What?
Oh man, if you guys enjoyed the video today, please drop a comment and like the video, and don't forget to sub. See all these great videos we got for you guys. But man, shout out to Logan, shout out to Kevin. Thanks for tuning in, GAMERViCE heads out there. And catch you in the next one. I'm up, guys. I don't know.
Vice heads.
Vice heads?